Today I want to talk to you about 3D and 5D transition and the split of the new Earth and the old Earth, the 5D and the 3D. So first, I want to start off by saying that the 3D, the third dimension, is this physical reality. It is the dimension of separation, of hot and cold, light and dark, good and bad. It is duality, it is polarity, positive and negative. And we have been in the third dimension for thousands of years upon this earth. And there are cycles where we go into periods of darkness, of 3D, and just like the seasons switch every year with the earth moving around the sun, just like we go through these cycles, and what we have been going through for thousands of years has been all part of a cycle of the one infinite creator experiencing itself in this realm of darkness, of third dimension, of all these wars and all these terrible things that have happened over the thousands of years. We might see them as terrible. We might see these things, all these wars and all these tragedies and all these things, all the suffering and everything, the evil, we may see them as something that's bad because that is the lens of our perception. But from a 5D, from a higher level of consciousness, we are all connected. We are all one. We are all sparks of the one infinite creator experiencing itself. So we might see these things as bad, but in reality, there's no good and bad. It's all experience. We're learning, and we're taking this experience back to the creator. And right now, we are going through a time of transition where we are transitioning into a higher dimension where these wars and all these things, this is all ending. It's served its purpose, and now it's time for us to ascend to a higher level of consciousness, to the golden age, the age of love, the age of Christ consciousness. And we are moving through a high frequency part of the galaxy where these high waves of high frequency energy of the Christ consciousness are coming, and it is awakening all of us, and it is affecting our whole solar system, our sun, the earth, and we're transitioning into the fourth density, which there is a difference between densities and dimensions, and I will explain that later. But first, I want to start off with saying the 5D, fifth dimension, is the Christ consciousness. And we are multidimensional beings. We are multidimensional beings, and we are three-part beings, body, mind, and spirit. And think of us as a radio station. We can tune in to different dimensions and to different frequencies. We can experience a life of fifth dimension of the new earth right here and now if we focus our attention on it, if we do the shadow work and clear all the old programming that has kept us asleep, that has kept us in this illusion. Because the third dimension is all about identifying with illusion. It is separation, thinking that everyone in your life, that everyone on the planet is separate from you, that you are your body, that you are this avatar, when you're not. You are an infinite spiritual being having a human experience on this planet Earth. And the planet Earth is going through an awakening. Our whole solar system, all of us in our planet are going through this awakening, and it is time. It is time for us to raise our frequency, be aware of our shit, and move into a higher frequency, into a state of love and happiness instead of suffering, And because of free will, we can choose what kind of experience we're going to have. And that's why there's a split happening where the people who are spiritual, who are awakened, who are doing the work, who are living their purpose are going to experience a different reality than the people who are caught up in all the distractions, that are caught up in the lies of the media and all of the bullshit that has been fed to us. There's a split happening where the people who are doing the work, if you're doing the work, you're going to be losing people in your life. They're going to be falling away from your life, all the old things. And it is so important for us to be aware of our patterns and our beliefs, because our beliefs shape our reality. It is not just our thoughts that create our reality. It is the belief of our thoughts. Because you can be aware of a thought and not become attached to it. It is when you start to believe your thoughts, that is what creates your reality. And once you start reprogramming your mind and meditating and going within, you can reprogram your mind to create a higher reality for yourself. A reality of abundance, of love. So the 5D is unity consciousness. It is knowing that we are all one, that we are all the one infinite creator. We are all sparks, individualized sparks of the one infinite creator. And we are a sub-logos of the logos. Our sun is a logos. Our planet is a sub-logos. And then we are a sub-logos. And then within us, it's the microcosm and the macrocosm. We have universes that are within us that it goes just like a fractal. A fractal goes from high and it just keeps on going infinite, smaller and smaller and higher and higher. We live in a multiverse. It's infinite. And once you're in 5D, you start to awaken to that. And you start to see through the illusions. When you're 5D, you see through the illusions, you see through people's egos, you see that this reality is an illusion, that you are God, that we are all God, that everything is God. Everything is spirit. And this reality is like virtual reality. It's an illusion for us to have this physical experience. And that was the message of Yeshua, of Christ. That was his message, that we all have that within us. His message was of the fifth dimension. So now fourth dimension is the integration period, where you start to awaken that to all these truths. You start to awaken, you start to have synchronicities and mystical experiences. You start to have dreams, very vivid dreams. You'll start to see energy. It is your whole awakening process. And throughout your awakening process, you're going to be moving through different dimensions. You're going to be moving back from third dimension to fourth dimension to fifth dimension, until finally you let go of all of that old garbage that doesn't serve you, and then you can live in the higher dimensions in abundance and bliss and love and be an example for others. And these dimensions, they're overlapping each other, and we can choose which dimension we tap into by focusing our energy. If you're stuck in distractions, if you're watching TV all the time and playing video games and caught up in the news and the media and the politics and all of this, you're going to be tuning into that frequency. You're going to be bringing more of that into your life. That's how the universe works. It's like an algorithm. Just like on YouTube, you know, I watch a lot of guitar videos. The more guitar videos I watch, the more YouTube gives me those videos on my feed. And that is how the universe works. Whatever you focus your intention on, whatever you want to bring into the world, if you're focusing on your spiritual goals, if you're focusing on bettering yourself and your growth and doing the shadow work and going within, you're going to create that in your life. You're going to be bringing all of those things into your life. You're going to be manifesting abundance and greatness, and you're going to be connected with source and spirit, and it is the best feeling ever by being connected to that fifth dimension, to the higher dimensions. You work with higher dimensional beings. You start to awaken that there's beings all around us that are working through people, good or bad. So I was talking earlier about densities and dimensions. So densities are all about vibration, because the whole universe, it's all vibration. And I was in the law of one, it talks about this thing called the harvest. And the law of one is channeled material that came out in the 80s. It was called the raw material, the law of one. And these people, it's probably the most profound channeling in our history. And these people, they contacted a being called Ra, which was connected with ancient Egypt, and also is the same blue avians that contacted Corey Goode. And they talk about this thing that we're going through. It's called the harvest. And it's like our graduation from third density into fourth density. This is the time that we are living in. And we are going to go through earth changes. And this has it's this energy that's coming into our solar system, into our galaxy, and it is affecting our sun and our planet. It is affecting the weather and the electromagnetic fields of our planet and all of us. And we're becoming more, as we awaken, as we do the work, and these energies are affecting us physically. And we have all this junk DNA that scientists call junk DNA in our bodies. But as we awaken and we do the work, we start to access this DNA, and our DNA is becoming crystallized in our bodies, because it's all been carbon based for thousands of years, and now our DNA is crystallizing so we can hold a higher frequency and transition into the fourth density. So density is talks about there's 7 densities, and it's all correlated with our 7 chakras. And I was meditating the other day, and I had this download where, because I'm learning guitar theory, and I'm learning all the notes on the fretboard, and in the music alphabet there's 7 notes, and then you go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it goes up an octave, and you can keep going up an octave or keep going down an octave. And then I heard a loud bang on the wall, and it was like, yes, that's how the universe is. And what that vibration is, that frequency, it's all sacred geometry. The universe, scientists, they did tests, they did experiments called cymatics. And what they did is they put sand in water, and they mixed it, and then they put a vibration, a certain frequency to it, and it would create sacred geometrical patterns. And that is the secret with the crop cycles that the UFO have been giving us. It's all vibration. Everything is vibration, and it's all different frequencies overlapping one another, different octaves. And that is how the universe works. So we're moving up an octave physically, and that's when we're gonna tap into our heart. We're gonna awaken the whole human race is gonna go through this, and we're gonna go be more telepathic with one another. We're gonna awaken all these gifts, and it's not gonna happen right away, and it's gonna be a long, hard process. But this is something that we're going through. And we can access the new earth right here and now. The new earth is already here. Time and space is linear. I mean, time is an illusion, because everything is existing all at the same time. We can access the new earth right now. It is a dimension that's overlapping this current one, and we can access that. And that's what we're here. That's what our star seeds and light workers are here for. We're here to tap into that new earth energy and bring it into the earth. That is what we're here to do. We're here to do the work and bring that shit onto the earth, yo. But as I was talking about this earth split, I just lost my best friend, and it hurt like literally just like last week, and it hurt like hell. Like he means so much to me, and out of the blue he's just like lose my number and like block me on everything, and like our friendship is over. And you know, it hurt like hell, but I also understand that this earth split is happening, and not everybody is meant to be in your life. That not everybody is meant to stay in your life, and you will attract people who are on the same path as you, and those people who are not are going to fall away. Not everybody is meant to graduate into the fourth density. So we're seeing this split going on, and what we focus our energy on, we tune into, just like a radio station. So it's very important that we cut the distractions away. It's okay to do it in moderation, but as long as we can't get lost in the illusion anymore. We're living in such an important time now. And shadow work is my last thing I want to talk about. I've been doing a lot of shadow work lately, and all these things have been coming to the surface to be cleared. And how you clear them is you be aware of them. You be aware of these patterns. You be aware of all these subconscious patterns and programming from your childhood and all these things. Once you start to be aware of it, then you can change it, but you have to bring it to the light. You have to bring it to the light for it to be cleared. So we must go within, meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, you can start out with finding guided meditations on YouTube. There's great ones out there. There's a lot of them. There's even apps that you can download to where they have guided meditations. And by doing these guided meditations, then after that you can do it by yourself, and you can find what meditation works the best for you, and you'll be able to rewire your brain. There's neural pathways in your brain. Once you meditate, you'll be able to create new pathways, and it is the most important thing. These higher beings, all they want us to do is meditate, because once we meditate, we will be able to know what we have to do. We will be able to know our purpose, and then they can start bringing this information through. Because when your mind is too busy, you can't listen to the messages that these higher beings, these higher ETs are bringing forward to you. Once you quiet your mind and listen, they can start to bring telepathically this information to you. But all right, family, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Alpine Ascension out. Love you guys. Happy New Year's. We're gonna fucking kill this New Year's. We're gonna make it a good one. So peace out.